Now for something a little bit different. Artificial intelligence is officially with us, but what does that mean for you or me? Between chatbots, art simulators and machine learning, human-like computing is increasingly becoming a part of modern life, and people want to know more. The term was searched more than ever in 2022, with South Africans searching for the term 90% more than the previous year. In January 2023, South African Google searches for, quote, what is AI, increased by over 5,000%. Let's find out more now from Google South Africa's Communications and Public Affairs Manager, Sia Madikane, who joins us virtually. Of course he does. Sia, thank you so much for your time. I was quite intrigued to read through some of the findings of this latest survey from your team. I must admit, when I saw that the top search number 3 was AI generator, I read it as a South African and said, I generator, as in connection with ESCOM, but it isn't that, it's AI generator. What intrigued your team the most about AI taking up so many slots in the top 10 searches on Google?
Good evening, Marcelle. Good evening to your viewers. Yeah, these are indeed dark times, so I do understand where you are coming from. In terms of where we came from, we believe that AI, this is an exciting time for the development of AI. Our approach to it is to developing and harnessing the potential of AI is grounded in our founding mission, which is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, and is shape our commitment to improve the lives of as many people as possible. So in terms of these trends, we regularly just using a sort of trend search tool, look and see what the people are looking for. It's not a scientific act in any means or manner, but we regularly pull some sort of the stats that have been sort of populated into the tool, into the search engine, and we then make sense of it. So between the January 2022 to 2023, January 2023, that's what we've been doing. Looking exactly at the increases that you see, there's huge percentage growth around in terms of the growth of AI searches. And I can tell you now, you've already mentioned the third most searched sort of words or terms around AI, but the top one was AI itself, and the second most searched was artificial, the word actually artificial. And there's a variety of reasons that people are searching, and I can maybe as we speak, go through some of them, yeah.
Yeah, let me follow that up then, because, you know, that was last year. You based your findings on trends last year. But I also feel like as we head into month 3 of 2023, the term ChatGPT is on every platform you watch, listen or read, and that too is connected to AI. Is it possible to perhaps divide what we are searching into things that we are interested in or intrigued by, things that we want to be educated about? And I do see that your findings have found people are learning to do things by Googling them, and then also things that they need to know out of necessity. For instance, they're searching about the interest rate and what impact that's going to have. What are the silos that your team looks at when you really dig down into what people are searching on Google?
We broke it down. I mean, for this one, we just literally broke it down into 3. The one I can mention now for you, for instance, is that a lot of the searches were around sort of cybersecurity and online privacy. In terms of 2022, which was the top form of security search worldwide, and that actually trickled down to South Africa. And some of the search terms that you see that South Africans were searching for include rogue security software, which saw an increase of 240% plus, SMS phishing, which saw an increase of 210 plus, and then email spoofing. Really, this is just around sort of cybersecurity, which has become sort of a very mainline sort of conversation among South Africans. And I can tell you from Google, we've been doing a lot of work in terms of that. You'll know that, so for instance, your Gmail, a lot of that we block automatically using AI, 99% in fact, of malware, phishing and spam, which actually ends up helping more or less around 1.5 billion inboxes to sort of be protected against these sort of terrible things. But if you look at if you think about it in the sense that Yeah, this is the work we're doing in terms of security, but also, as you already mentioned, a lot of South Africans are using our sort of AI already to look for jobs or to upskill themselves, and you would know also to be part of the economy. You know, a lot of people are going through sort of our tools using sort of our interview tool to prepare for job interviews, to search for jobs, to search for what they need to do to prepare for interviews. And we've already got, if you know, our interview tool that exists, and they're using that quite often. And so, yeah, that's some of the things that the people are searching for.
Now, Google is described offhand as a search engine. But it really is an educational tool, isn't it? That is a massive responsibility for your team to manage. But it does seem like it's one that you take on because there are all kinds of different stopgaps that you're also putting into place to protect people from spaces on the internet that they don't even know that they need protection from.
Yes, yes, of course. Our approach, we've adopted a very sort of cautious approach, what we call responsible AI, and everything. If you talk about Chat GPT earlier on, we also just into the testing phase of our AI conversational tool, which is called Bard, and really just there, what we're doing is slowly rolling it out, but going through the phase, making sure that it aligns sort of to our values, including sort of what we term trust and safety, and making sure that it goes through the correct tests before we roll it out to the masses. And it just forms part of exactly what we're trying to do, which is we understand that there's some risks that are aligned or associated with new technologies, and sort of they can have an impact in society. And so we're being very careful as we do all of these things. And obviously, yeah, we are always making sure that our user is benefiting. Yeah, sometimes they don't know, but we always have them at the top of our heads, and making sure that we take care of their sort of digital needs. Yeah.
It's also a tool whereby people are using it to stay abreast of the news. I mean, one of the top searches that your survey found also is environmental disasters. I mean, you cannot open a newspaper or a website or watch a news bulletin like on a channel like eNCA without there being a natural disaster happening somewhere in the world. This is the world that we live in now, with climate change being such a massive part of our day-to-day lives. As a news aggregator, Google has also been very influential.
Yeah, yeah. Our AI is very much all about that. If you look at what in Bangladesh, what happened is we used actually our AI sort of capabilities to warn around 23 million people just to prepare for sort of a flooding that was what is expected to happen, and we were just using our sort of platforms to do that research. Now, currently in Africa, what we're doing now, which is on our AI center across the rest of the continent, we're doing some research around locusts and the impact they have in farming and in terms of food security that can affect the continent. And so what you see there is the use of AI in terms of trying to mitigate some of the society's challenges. And that's something we're very, very passionate about. It's a key focus of ours going forward. So it's not just about conversational AI. It's really just about using the sort of whole spectrum of this new thing. And we're very passionate and excited about the possibilities that come with this type of sort of technology that we are currently working on now.
Fascinating, fascinating stuff. Thank you so much. Asiya Madikane, Communications and Public Affairs Manager at Google South Africa, joining us virtually there. The robots are not just coming, the robots are indeed here, but it's not all bad news by the sounds of it.